Jaguar's come late to the SUV party, but it sure knows how to make an entrance with this stunning F-Pace.
That's right, Danny. It's certainly a looker, but with so much competition in the SUV marketplace, it's got to have some substance to match the style. So Danny, we're driving the F-Pace 30D R Sport, which means it's got some sporty touches to the looks, but under the bonnet is, quite frankly, I think, one of the real gems of Jaguar at the moment. It's 3-litre turbo diesel engine. How did you find it?
Oh, it was extremely enjoyable to drive this car. It just cruised along, very powerful, very fast, but also quite smooth on the road considering the size of car that it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think this engine is so impressive because, I mean, you barely know it's a diesel, you know, it's got a beautiful, like you said, it makes a beautiful noise, but it's got really effortless performance. Like you say, it's actually quite nice on the road too. I guess in large part because this is actually based on the XE and XF platform, so it's really just a really tall car. How did you find the drive?
I found it really enjoyable. It is a bit different from other SUVs. It did have a better feel to it, so to speak. I think Jaguar, as we've said, they've come late, but they know how to make cars, and this one is just ticks a lot of boxes for me.
Yeah, it's funny actually that Jaguar has come so late to it because, you know, they have a history of actually making sports saloons, you know, as opposed to, you know, companies like Porsche that were, you know, just a sports car company. You know, Jaguar's made, you know, big, comfortable but sporty sedans for decades. So it's, I guess, a smaller leap for them to make, and it shows. You know, they've produced a really excellent car first time up in terms of how it drives.
Yeah, I mean, they also like to say that it's not an SUV, it's a Jaguar, don't they? But, you know, the thing is, it's sometimes, you know, coming late to a party, you really stand out, and they really do stand out with this car. They've just spent a lot of time thinking about what's needed. They describe it as a head turner, and it certainly is that as well. Yeah,
I mean, Jaguar design at the moment, I just think, for me personally, I know design is a subjective thing, and some people probably are going to hate this car, but you know, I love it. Like, I think all the current Jaguars, they've found a really sweet spot in their, you know, design language, as they like to say. And I think the whole range, it looks really cohesive and sporty and powerful. I mean, you know, just all those things that you think of when you think of a, you know, the Jaguar.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I got a lot of looks in this car, and as much as I enjoyed it, they were looking when I wasn't in the car. So I think there's got a lot to say about this, and you know, they've just, I think the design, it's sporty, but it's really stylish and it's really sophisticated. So, can I have a drive?
Yeah, look, I guess.
Okay.
I guess.
The first impression I had when I saw this car from the outside was wow.
Yeah.
When I came inside, it was wow. And I have to say, it's wow when I'm driving. It's just super. You really just touch your foot in the accelerator and it goes off. It's got a lot of power. It's not afraid. You know, if you were to go up against some other cars, it would pretty much pass them, I'd say.
Yeah, it's a really impressive thing. I mean, one thing we haven't talked about really actually is the size, and it's quite interesting what Jaguar's done with the F-Pace. Is it's not really an existing size of SUV. You know, they've managed to find, despite the fact there's so many rivals in this segment, they've managed to actually find a, you know, clean space and built a car that's, you know, to put it in basic terms, it's sort of in between a Porsche Macan and a Porsche Cayenne. So
yeah, it's quite a masterstroke from Jaguar. I think they've found quite a niche to be in a car that you know, is in between some of its competitors. But speaking of its competitors, Steve, how do you think it stacks up to its rivals like the Porsche and the BM?
Look, I think the thing with the F-Pace is it's not, I wouldn't say it's really a class leader in any particular area. Like, I don't think it does anything truly exceptionally and resets the benchmark. But what it does do is it's consistently good across every area. I think, you know, it's very stylish. It's got great performance. It's got good efficiency. You know, we just talked about the size. You know, I think it's, you know, it's just such a consistently impressive car in so many ways. You know, it's hard to fault it. I really, really like it. I mean, I don't want to sound like I've drunk the Kool-Aid, but it's a, you know, it's a really enjoyable car.
Yeah, it's really hard to find something you don't like about this car. I mean, I could say that, you know, it's a bit awkward here where the mirrors are, but really it's a bit lame. But, you know, as you said, it just seems to complement everything. Safety features are great, autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian warning, and, you know, everything else you want in safety. Infotainment is
we
really
haven't even touched on this. I mean, this is a big deal for Jaguar, you know, it's almost as, you know, they spend almost as much time developing this infotainment system, the InControl Touch Pro. You know, nice big screen. It's, you know, it's a capacitive screen, so you can do the, you know, the pinch and zoom. It's like, you know, it's like a giant smartphone, a big tablet in the middle of the dash.
It is really easy to use, and even little things like, you know, if you need to find a petrol station or you want somewhere to eat, it tells you.
Yeah, no, that's really clever. Last question, the price. I mean, this one we're driving now, it's just over $90,000, which again puts it in an interesting space between, you know, what really you consider its rivals. You know, is it a Macan rival? You know, a Macan diesel's about $90,000 as well, but a Cayenne is much more expensive. Yeah, an Audi Q5 SQ5, that's around $90,000, but it's a bigger car than that. It's a newer car. So I don't know, does it win you over?
Look, it's completely won me over. Yes, I mean, not everyone has that amount of money, but you know, you want premium, and you do get premium for this. You know, you get your performance, you get your looks, you get your safety, you get your connectivity, so you do get everything with it. So, I mean, if you can afford to buy one of the other cars, you'd definitely be crazy not to look at this one.
Yeah, for sure. 100% agree.
Okay, so you're going to buy one?
Just got to go and buy a lottery ticket.
Okay.